How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the Critics' Choice sale that runs through February 25th. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history, and are at least a 70 on OpenCritic or Game Rankings. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my daily coverage of every sale that Sony puts out. I'm trying to get to 25k by the end of the year, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping for me, let's get into the video. For $23.99, Alan Wake 2 Deluxe Edition is a psychological survival horror game that follows FBI agent Saga Anderson and the trapped writer Alan Wake as ritualistic murders and supernatural darkness consume the town of Bright Falls. You'll switch between dual protagonists, unravel a reality-bending horror story, and use light as your primary weapon while exploring haunting environments and piecing together overlapping narratives. It's an 89 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $20.99, Star Wars Outlaws is an open-world action-adventure game where you play as scoundrel Kay Vess, risking it all to gain freedom and carve out a new life while navigating the galaxy's dangerous criminal underworld. Explore bustling cities and sprawling outdoor landscapes on your speeder, take on high-stakes missions for crime syndicates, and pilot your ship, the Trailblazer, in thrilling dogfights against the Empire and rival outlaws. It's a 75 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $23.99, Octopath Traveler 2 is a JRPG blending HD 2D pixel art and 3D CG to create a beautifully detailed, immersive world where 8 travelers each follow unique paths filled with personal goals and emotional storylines. Explore Celestia's diverse regions, from bustling cities to open seas, engaging in strategic combat using familiar break and boost mechanics, while developing each character's jobs and path actions to shape your journey. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 90 hours to platinum. For $29.99, Diablo IV delivers a massive next-gen action RPG where you'll master countless abilities, battle endless demonic hordes, and scour nightmarish dungeons for legendary loot. Explore a dark, open world filled with terrifying creatures, memorable characters, and a gripping campaign you can tackle solo or with friends. Then dive into robust endgame activities like challenging massive world bosses and participating in seasonal events. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and about 150 hours to platinum. For $23.99, Unicorn Overlord is a tactical RPG where you reclaim your throne and lead a grand army across a vibrant, meticulously crafted world, blending overworld exploration with exquisitely animated tactical battles. Assemble over 60 unique units, grow your renown, strategically command your forces to overcome powerful enemies, and uncover the intertwined fates of 5 warring nations in an epic story of loyalty, power, and destiny. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 75 hours to platinum. For $29.59, God of War Ragnarok Deluxe Edition is a cinematic action-adventure that continues Kratos and Atreus' emotional journey through the 9 realms as Fimbulwinter threatens the fate of gods and mortals alike. You'll battle Norse gods and monsters with fluid, expressive combat, explore stunning mythological landscapes, and witness the evolving father-son relationship through epic set pieces and boss fights as prophecy and destiny close in. It's a 92 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $27.99, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 is a hack-and-slash third-person shooter that lets you embody the superhuman and brutal might of a Space Marine, battling the galaxy's horrors with devastating weaponry and relentless tactics. Crush Tyranid swarms, defend humanity across epic solo missions, and coordinate with allies in intense 3-player co-op campaigns and PvE challenges, unlocking new skills, gear, and cosmetics. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $24.49, Atomic Heart is a first-person action-adventure set in an alternate Soviet utopia where humans once lived alongside loyal robots until a tragic accident unleashes mutant creatures, superpowered machines, and rebelling robots. Using your experimental power glove, blades, and cutting-edge weaponry, you'll fight frenetic, high-stakes battles, combine skills with environmental advantages, and upgrade your arsenal to survive. It's a 74 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $24.99, Star Ocean: The Second Story R is a JRPG where you explore a richly crafted world filled with memorable characters, turn-based battles, and an epic story of adventure, friendship, and destiny. You'll experience the original game enhanced with new battle mechanics, full Japanese and English voiceovers, and 2.5D visuals that blend 2D pixel characters with 3D environments, creating a modernized yet nostalgic RPG experience. It's an 85 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $24.99, Spider-Man Remastered is the complete superhero adventure, including all 3 DLC chapters in the City That Never Sleeps, with improved textures, lighting, and faster load times. Swing through a beautifully recreated New York City, battle iconic villains, and experience fast-paced combat and web-slinging across towering skyscrapers, all while following Peter Parker's compelling story of heroism and personal growth. It's an 88 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 25 hours to platinum. For $23.99, Wolong Fallen Dynasty is a dark fantasy action RPG from Team Ninja set in 184 AD later Han Dynasty China, a land consumed by chaos, corruption, and relentless demon invasions. Step into the shoes of a nameless militia soldier, battling deadly creatures and enemy warriors with martial arts-based swordplay, mastering powerful techniques, and awakening the hidden potential within to survive and rise from obscurity. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and about 35 hours to platinum. For $23.99, Neo: The World Ends With You is an action RPG where Rindo is forced to compete in the Deadly Reapers game, a mysterious contest that could cost him his life and reshape his destiny. You'll explore the vibrant, anime-inspired streets of Shibuya, use psychic pins to unleash flashy, strategic attacks, and combine precise timing with tactical combat to defeat a wide variety of enemies while uncovering the game's twisted rules. It's an 82 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $23.99, Tekken 8 is the latest entry in the fighting game series with over 32 detailed characters with high-resolution models, featuring cinematic story sequences and interactive stages. Engage in fast-paced battles using new mechanics like heat, rage arts, and the accessible special-style control system, while exploring the story mode or customizing your avatar for arcade challenges, online ranked matches, and interactive lobbies. It's a 90 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. For $29.99, Dragon Quest Builders is a charming sandbox RPG set in the shattered realm of Alefgard, long ago ruined, where humanity has lost the ability to build after the Dragon Lord's devastating conquest. As a legendary builder chosen by the goddess, you'll gather materials, craft tools, and rebuild towns from the ground up, while battling monsters and restoring hope through creative construction and classic Dragon Quest storytelling. It's an 83 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 30 hours to platinum. For $29.99, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is an action classic where you play as Ryu Hayabusa, a legendary ninja wielding the dragon sword on a bloody quest worldwide. Rebuilt in Unreal Engine 5 with reworked environments and striking character details, you unleash an arsenal of weapons from shurikens to kusarigamas, while mastering fluid combos, dismemberments, and evasive maneuvers against relentless foes across massive stages. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 80 hours to platinum. For $21.99, The Midnight Walk is a dark fantasy adventure built entirely in clay, following the Burnt One and their companion Potboy as they traverse a haunting world of light and shadow. Together, you'll explore 5 interwoven tales filled with monsters that crave Potboy's flame, eerie forests, forgotten ruins, and strange beings who blur the line between friend and foe, all presented through emotional storytelling and immersive stop-motion animation. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and about 5 hours to platinum. For $23.99, Banishers: Ghost of New Eden is a narrative-driven action RPG set in 1695 North America, following ghost hunters Antea Duarte and Red McWraith as their fight against the supernatural turns tragically personal. Explore the haunted wilds of New Eden, investigate disturbing cases within isolated communities, and battle lingering spirits by combining Red's weapons and Antea's powerful spectral abilities in story-focused combat. It's an 80 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and about 60 hours to platinum. For $29.99, Visions of Mana is a beautifully animated action RPG, following Val and his childhood friend Hina, the newly appointed Alm of Fire, as they journey to the sacred Mana Tree. Explore a vast, semi-open world teeming with adorable yet ferocious monsters, engaging in fast-paced, three-dimensional combat that harnesses the power of elementals, while switching between characters and classes to suit your preferred playstyle. It's a 77 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 50 hours to platinum. For $29.99, Senua's Saga: Hellblade 2 is the deeply emotional sequel to the award-winning Senua's Sacrifice, following Senua's harrowing journey of survival through the myth and madness of Viking Iceland. Determined to rescue those tormented by tyranny, she must once again confront both the horrors around her and the darkness within, while navigating haunting landscapes filled with mythic beasts and perilous environmental challenges. It's an 81 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and about 20 hours to platinum. For $24.99, Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics brings together 7 crossover games, including X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 New Age of Heroes, and the rare beat-em-up The Punisher. You'll battle online or in co-op and compete in ranked or casual matches with rollback netcode, while beginner-friendly features like adjustable difficulty and one-button specials ensure seamless and accessible play. It's an 86 on OpenCritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and about 10 hours to platinum. Alright, that's it for today's list, everybody. There's something here for every type of player, so be sure to check some of these out while the sale is still going on. From this set of games, I played Diablo IV, God of War Ragnarok, Space Marine 2, Spider-Man, Wo Long, Tekken 8, and Dragon Quest Builders, so I can recommend each of those from personal experience. The rest of the games do look pretty fun though. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. If you can spare $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos, and it helps me out more than you know. But I know times are tough out there, so all I do ask is if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with any new sales stuff that I put out. Leave a like and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.